Hi, my name is Lennart and this is CO3 2 1 Go. In this video, I'll explain why it makes sense to remove CO2 from the ocean instead of from the air. So let's go. First of all, the ocean plays a crucial role both in the global carbon cycle as well as in climate change equation. 90% of excess heat is being stored into the oceans, 30% of CO2 emissions are being absorbed into the water. And the water contains 15 times more CO2 than all the trees and soils and air combined. Moreover, CO2 going into the water is actually causing the water to acidify, a bit like making sparkling water. This ocean acidification is detrimental for marine life. Removing CO2 directly from the ocean is hence solving two problems at once: ocean acidification as well as climate change. Secondly, it's actually easier to remove CO2 from the water than it is from the air. On the one hand, there is 150 times more CO2 per cubic meter of ocean than there is in the air. So you need to move much less ocean than air to catch the same ton of CO2. On the other hand, CO2 is essentially a gas dissolved in a liquid, which makes it easier to tackle than removing a gas from a bunch of other gases, like is the case in the air. Last but not least, there are logistical advantages to removing CO2 in the ocean. There's obviously plenty of space, there is a lot of renewable energy that's ready to be harnessed, and there is oil and gas infrastructure which could be used to process and store the CO2 in depleted oil and gas reservoirs. The importance of the ocean, the relative ease of removal, and the logistics all play in the favor of removing CO2 from the ocean instead of from the air. What do you think? What other questions do you have? I'm sure there's still a lot to say about this topic, but most of all, there is a lot to do. So let's CO3 2 1 go.